Have you ever heard a love story that isn't soft and sweet, but raw, painful, and almost unbelievable? This isn't your typical romance. This is the story of a man commanded by God to marry a woman who would shatter his heart, not once, but over and over again. It's a story about a woman who repeatedly abandoned her husband for other lovers, and a husband who, against all logic, went searching for her every single time. This is more than just a tale of love. It's a gripping drama of betrayal, deep-seated pain, and a love that simply refuses to surrender. Let's travel back to ancient Israel. Meet Hosea. He's not a king or a warrior, but a quiet, faithful prophet. His life is dedicated to listening to God and sharing his messages with the people. One day, God speaks to him, but the command he gives is baffling, almost cruel. God says, "Go, marry a woman who will be unfaithful to you." This isn't a suggestion. It's a divine instruction. The woman's name is Gomer. She's described as beautiful, captivating, but her heart is a restless sea. She has a history with other men, a past she hasn't quite left behind. Her spirit is drawn to the fleeting thrill of forbidden love, and she's not ready to settle down. Hosea understands this. He knows the path ahead is paved with heartache. He knows this decision will invite public shame and private agony. Yet, in an act of radical faith, he obeys. He finds Gomer and marries her. Let's be clear, this isn't a whirlwind romance born from passion. This is a profound act of obedience, a living parable waiting to unfold. Hosea is stepping into a story written by God, a story that will cost him everything. For a while, a fragile peace settles over their home. Hosea, a man of integrity, pours his heart into being a good husband. Gomer, perhaps caught up in the stability Hosea offers, tries to be a good wife. It almost seems like it could work. Soon, they have their first child, a son, but this is no ordinary family. God intervenes again, giving the child a name heavy with meaning. Name him Jezreel, God commands. Jezreel was the site of a bloody massacre, and the name serves as a chilling prophecy, a warning of the judgment that will soon fall upon the nation of Israel for its unfaithfulness. Their family life is becoming a public stage for God's message. Then, a daughter is born. Once again, God provides a name, and it's even more heartbreaking. Name her Lo-Ruhamah, which translates to not loved or she who has not received mercy. Imagine holding your newborn daughter and having to name her that. It's a declaration that God is withdrawing his compassion from his unfaithful people. The personal pain in Hosea's home is escalating, mirroring the spiritual state of the nation. The family grows again with the birth of a second son. The name God gives this time is the final, devastating blow, Lo-Ammi. It means not my people. With this name, God is severing the covenant relationship. You are not my people, and I am not your God. Hosea and Gomer's children are walking, talking prophecies. Their names are not just labels. They are divine billboards broadcasting a message of broken relationships and impending judgment. Their marriage, their family, their very existence has become a living sermon. As the weight of these prophetic names hangs in the air of their home, a change begins to stir in Gomer. The quiet, faithful love of Hosea starts to feel like a cage. The predictability of family life feels dull compared to the life she once knew. She misses the excitement, the attention from other men, the lavish gifts, the intoxicating thrill of the chase. The stability she once craved now feels like a prison. The seeds of restlessness, which had lain dormant, begin to sprout. One evening, the silence in the house is heavier than usual. The children are asleep. Hosea waits, but Gomer doesn't come home. There's no note left on the table, no tearful explanation, no final goodbye to the children she brought into the world. She has simply vanished. She has run back to her old life, back to the arms of other men. Men who promise her the world's excitement, luxury, freedom, but whose promises are as empty as their hearts. They use her for her beauty, shower her with temporary affection, and then discard her when they grow bored. Hosea is left alone, with 3 children whose names are a constant, painful reminder of his wife's betrayal and his nation's sin. He is a public spectacle of failure, a prophet whose own life is a testament to the message he preaches, the pain of being abandoned by the one you love. Gomer's pursuit of freedom leads her down a path of destruction. The lovers who once adored her quickly tire of her. The gifts stop coming. The sweet words turn to insults. Her beauty fades under the weight of her choices. She spirals, losing everything. She becomes broke, desperate, and utterly alone. The world that promised her everything has taken it all and left her with nothing but shame. Her journey ends in the most humiliating place imaginable. A public slave market. Picture the scene. Gomer stands on the auction block, barefoot, her clothes tattered, her eyes fixed on the ground. She is no longer a desired lover, but a piece of property to be bought and sold. The crowd gathers. Some people stare with pity, others with contempt. Some even laugh at the woman who has fallen so far. She is exposed, broken, and completely without hope. Her past has caught up to her in the most brutal way. Then, through the noise of the crowd, a figure steps forward. The bidding starts, and this man quietly outbids everyone else. As the auctioneer's hammer falls, Gomer looks up, dreading to see the face of her new master. But the face she sees is not one of a stranger. It's Hosea, her husband, the man she betrayed. He doesn't shout. He doesn't lecture her or list her failures. There's no "I told you so." There's only a quiet determination in his eyes. He pays the price. He uses his own silver, his own resources, to buy back the woman who is already his wife. He purchases her freedom from the slavery she chose for herself. He walks up to her, takes off his own cloak, and gently drapes it over her shoulders, covering her shame. And in a voice full of a love that defies all understanding, he whispers, "You are to live with me from now on. You will not be a prostitute or be intimate with any man, and I will live with you." He doesn't just rescue her, he restores her. He promises to love her again. This incredible, gut-wrenching story isn't just about a man named Hosea and a woman named Gomer. It's a mirror. It's God's story with humanity. In this story, God is Hosea, the faithful, loving husband, and we are Gomer. We are the ones who have a tendency to run. We chase after other loves. We find our security in money. We seek validation in the approval of others. We get entangled in sin. We let pride dictate our choices. We leave the one who loves us most for fleeting pleasures that ultimately leave us empty and broken. But the story doesn't end with our betrayal. Just like Hosea, God comes looking for us. When we find ourselves at our lowest point, sold into the slavery of our own mistakes, he steps forward. And what's truly mind-blowing is that he doesn't just offer forgiveness from a distance. He pays the price to buy us back. The cost was not silver or grain. The cost was his son, Jesus. He pays the ultimate price to redeem us, to cover our shame, and to whisper to our hearts, "You are mine. Come home. I will love you again." Now, this story forces us to ask some hard questions. What do you think about Hosea's actions? Was he right to take Gomer back after everything she did? If you were in his shoes, could you find it in your heart to forgive someone who broke you so completely? It's a tough one to answer. I genuinely want to know your thoughts, so please drop a comment below. I'll be reading every single one. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this story moved you, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more content that goes beyond the surface. Until next time.